Good afternoon, YouTube. I'm Chucky2009, and tonight we're going to be burning some 1/8 inch Hobart 7014 out here in the shop, and I decided I'd make a video about it. Not so much about the welding part, but about the learning process that's going to go with it, because to be honest, I've never burned 7014 before. As you guys know, well, this is my story. As you guys know, I took some welding classes at my local high school, and my first year there was my welding teacher's last year there before he retired. And he was ready for retirement, basically. He was really excited to move into Florida, leaving Ohio. Can't really blame him for that. But he was getting to the point where he's starting to forget a few things, and one of the things that he forgot was to teach us 7014. Yeah, basically when we started stick welding, we started off with some 6013, jumped straight from there to 6010, then 6011, then 7018, skipped right over 7014. And I realized this one day when a buddy of mine gave me a mostly full box of the stuff, and I started talking to him about it. He's like, yeah, I kind of forgot to show you guys that, but yeah, alright, that's my cool story. We'll just, cram it here in the cool story jar, put the lid on for a little bit later, and start welding with this stuff. Basically, I'm making this video because I was fortunate enough to have a school that teaches welding near me, and that's where I learned to weld. But a lot of people, especially the people that watch my videos, a lot of them don't have that. They're just out in the garage. You're trying to figure this out the best they can. And basically what's going to happen is I'm going to start welding with this stuff. I don't really know anything about it, so it's going to be a crapshoot at first, but I'm going to get my welds all nice and fine-tuned in. And hopefully we have something that looks halfway respectable here by the end of the video, because if not, my haters are going to have a field day. But yeah, basically, my aim for this video is that so that people who don't have a welding school nearby, the people that are trying to learn to weld by themselves can see what not perfect welds look like and hopefully see how to fine-tune those a little bit to get something better. So with that being said, let's take our fresh, unopened box of 7014s. We'll cut these open, we'll start busting up that plate into some strips, and we'll go from there. Yeehaw! Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut up our plate, and I've got the first 5 T-joints all nice and tacked up. Each one's about 2 inches, give or take, I don't know, probably a 1/16 to an 1/8 or so. And yeah, just straight edged them with the Hypertherm. And so now everything's all nice and ready to weld. I got them tacked up and ready to go. So I guess we're going to come over here to the good old Stickmate. Let's see, where do I usually run 6013? I have 6013. But off the top of my head, I don't even remember the last time I ran that stuff. Okay, so we're still set from the last time I was running 1/8 inch 7018 with this machine. So I think we're just going to back it down to, I don't know, 100 or so amps. Seems like a good starting point. Should be right around there somewhere. And okay, we're set to DC electrode positive. Now I'm pretty sure 7014s are one of the few types of electrodes you can run on any polarity. Yeah, see right there. You can run that on any polarity. I prefer DC electrode positive given the choice, just because, you get a lot more bite with your weld. Yeah, alright, yeah, let's do it. Okay, YouTube, now we're about ready to start, and there will be under the hood footage in this video, but not at the beginning, just because I would say that my camera isn't the best at focusing on welding shots and many other things, but it's really, really bad at focusing on things. And I want to have something, that records the first time I run this stuff. So, under the hood footage, that's going to wait till later on in the video. We'll see how these things run. I'm just going to set them off to the side, not impale myself, close that, and where's my electrode holder? Oh, there it is. Okay, now I realized that was way too cold, probably about a second or two after I started the arc. But basically, yeah, I tried to long arc it in an attempt to get more heat to compensate for the amperage being a little bit too low, and that probably has something to do with my wormhole there. So basically, I'm just going to give it a few more amps, try to burn it in a little bit better. And because of the wormhole there, even though, like I said, I'm pretty sure that's because I was long arcing it, I'm going to run a little bit of a steeper drag angle. So instead of being like this, comparatively, I'm going to go more in that direction. Okay, so let's come over here to the Stickmate. I'm going to give this about... yeah, see, this is what I really don't like about the welder. It's kind of hard to tell where it's set sometimes just because there's so much slop in the dial. I'm going to give it about that much more pillock. Back at it. Okay, so, guess we're about to find out how well these things restrike. Get the last little bits of slag out of there. Here we go. That's better. Okay, so we have another wormhole from my strike. That's not too good. Now, there is a method for avoiding wormholes on restrikes. Basically, if I were going to restart on this crater, if I started here with certain electrodes, I'd be likely to get a wormhole, as you just saw. So what I think I'm going to do is light up on the table, then just move over here and, you know, start welding away. I don't really know why, but for some reason, that majorly seems to help. But all in all, I don't think that's too bad of a looking weld. Too bad looking weld? Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna finish welding out this this plate here and then do the other side, just for the heck of it. And we'll see where that leaves us. Alright YouTube, so I believe that ends tonight's 7014 fun. And yeah, even though I said I wanted to stay on electrode positive, I eventually did break down, switch it over to negative. And down here, we're showing about 120 amps. However, let the record say that 120 amps on this welder and 120 amps on another welder might be two completely different things. But anyway, I ended up welding 2, 4, 6, 7 different sides of T-joints here. And this is the most recent one I did. I just got it all tipped up like that so it'd catch the light a little bit better, show up a little bit better. And yeah, it's not 100% perfect, but for having 10 minutes of practice under the hood, I can definitely live with that. And yeah, what are my thoughts on all this? Well, to be honest, YouTube, that went a lot better than I thought. Yeah, I was expecting the 7014 to be like night and day from anything I'd ever run before, but as it turns out, it's a lot like 6013, and so wasn't all that much different. To be honest, I was really expecting that I was going to have every single problem under the sun, that you can have stick welding at least, and I was going to get to put all that in my video, but it didn't really pan out. Yeah, I've never really been disappointed in anything going better than I thought it would. But anyway, I hope you guys got at least a few pointers out of this video.